Alright, what it do, what it do? What's up? This is B-Boy Minhzy representing the Lou with Strife.tv, and right now I got my boy Paranoid Android. PA, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. Out here in St. Louis, doing a workshop, judging an event. Having a really good weekend so far.
What you need for your mentality when training or what? One leg in front, one leg in back, so you're balancing it out. That's the key.
As far as the workshop goes, I try to present something a little different for my workshops. A lot of people come in and they teach specific moves, their specific styles, and I think a lot of people came expecting to learn my specific style or my way of dancing or stereotyping the ideas of abstract dancing or circus dancing, all this different stuff. And I think the way it went, I think it kind of surprised a lot of people, but at the same time, I think a lot of people were really happy. I'm not here to show people how to dance or to dictate how they dance or how they move specific moves. For the most part, I showed them what I do to hit creative pockets, what I do to sit there and be creative, to try to innovate new movements, and at the same time, how I train. Really what I got into a lot of was the ideas of athleticism along with being an artist. You know, I mean, that's what's going on with the modern b-boys. We can't just be artists anymore. We're in an age of athleticism, you know, and it's not just one or the other. And that's what I try to stress to these kids. I was like, how many people here plan on being competitive b-boys? And 3/4 of the room, you know, raise their hand. And as a competitive b-boys, these kids are inclined to step their game up. You know, the game has changed completely. So these people really have to take different approaches when going around breaking. So I introduced them the ideas of like what I do to be creative with my tops, you know, taking your time, understanding music, understanding different beats and stuff like that. And at the same time, I showed them very, very simple things, levels of control, discipline, executing movements, practicing basics for tricks and, you know, basically like stuff like that. But at the same time, I gave them opportunities to be creative and show them that this is what you have to do. You have to really kind of keep your level up while continually trying to innovate these different movements and change them up and make them your own. The idea of having an identity in this dance. So I think overall, I think it went really well. I'm really happy with it.
Speaking about being a competitive b-boy, a lot of people have been following your blog on Tumblr, roadtobc1.tumblr.com if y'all don't know. Can you just talk about why you want to compete in BC1 and how that came about?
Absolutely. Basically what happened was, I mean, I've been dancing since 1997, so it's been a long time for me, and my journey has been very specific. You know, it's not a universal journey. Because of the way I dance, because of the way I express myself, my way of thought and all that, and I've succumbed to a lot of different persecution. I've had a lot of people that have really hated on me throughout the years. And it's really changed my perspective on everything is basically what it comes down to. It's been a struggle for me. It's never necessarily been easy for me, and all I've ever tried to do is express myself. And all I've ever done is come from a background of being a b-boy. I didn't come from any other art. I didn't come from, you know, a gymnastics background, a capoeira background. I didn't come from like all these different backgrounds where people are coming from now and applying themselves to b-boying. I started out as a b-boy, and I applied myself as a b-boy, you know, and the way I dance, the movements that I do, they come from b-boying. They come from breaking down b-boy movements and trying to change them up and giving new angles in which to see these movements. So basically what happened was this last Thanksgiving, watching BC1, it got a fire under my ass. I mean, I'm not getting any younger, you know? I'm in the twilight of my career right now. I'm peaking. I mean, this is where I'm at right now. I'm very excited about where I am. You know, I wouldn't change it for a younger body or a younger mind. I'm happy with where I'm at. My level of experience and everything else is really what makes me comfortable in doing my own thing right now. I can teach these kids all these different moves, ideas, how to practice. I can't teach experience, you know, is what it comes down to. No one can teach experience. You have to go out there and experience it for yourself. And as far as BC1 goes, I mean, at this point in my career, why not? You know, that's what I want to do. You know, I want to go out there and I want to go toe-to-toe with the best. You know what I mean? But on top of that, BC1 is the biggest stage for art, period. That is the biggest stage for art, and one-on-one competitors representing you, what you do, individuality. It puts you on the chopping block. It lets you be judged for who you are by the entire world. So why not go out there and represent what I do? Like at this point, what has become a minority. You know what I mean? I'm the 1%. You know, I'm the guy out there that's doing things where people are even saying, yo, that's not even b-boying. You know, I have people that come up to me and try to persecute me just because of the way I dance, the way I express myself. So at that point, I want to represent that 1%. You know, I want to go out there and show people what it is that I do. You know, how there's different ways to succeed in this dance. There's different ways to perceive this dance, to go out there and do this dance. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go out there and show there are different ways to do it, to be successful, and to express yourself. And it's not about winning when it comes to BC1. I just want my shot. I want my chance to express myself and send my message. I don't care if I win or lose. That doesn't matter to me.
I'm at practice, and you're eating pizza. I've sweat through 3 outfits. You're playing video games again. I'm back at practice.
Yo, if you check out PA's blog, you know, he has some crazy training shit going on. You know, it says like 2 miles of running, 1 hour of flips, you know, 1 hour of footwork. And, you know, you're not getting any younger, PA, and you're training very hard, you know, and kind of amounts up to like maybe 7 or 8 hours or even more every day. Could you just talk about like how you train and also about like eating right and just keeping your body how it is, even though you're aging?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, I'm not getting any younger, but at the same time, I've never been this experienced. I've never had such a smart approach into what I do. I'm not just going out there and killing myself with my training. There's a lot of the misconception about my training. People are saying like, you train too hard, this and that, you're gonna hurt yourself. My training is really meticulous. You know, I thought all of it out. Like all of it's planned out, specific times of the day, the times in which I stretch, how it benefits doing it in different times, different orders. I've done my research, you know, because at this point, like I said, you really have to be an athlete. You know, what we do now is become a professional sport and needs to be approached as so. You know, and as far as diet and aging, I can't go out and party like these kids no more. You know, I mean, B-boys go out and they can put them down. You know, I just can't do that anymore. You know, especially at my age. You know, I'm gonna be 27 next week. I'm gonna be 27 years old. I've been doing this since I was like 14, you know, and back then I didn't need to stretch. I just jump into moves, this and that. I can go out, eat cheeseburgers and whatnot. And as you age as a B-boy, you understand how many years it takes off of you a single year of B-boying, just like it does with any other sport. You go to football, they say a year of football is 4 years of damage on your body. You know what I mean? And it's like that with B-boying. We go out there day after day and grind ourselves into this floor. So you have to get smarter about it, especially if you want to be on a competitive level of that degree.
All right, PA, so this is your chance. If you have anything to say to the BC1 folks, what do you got to say?
I think BC1 is potentially one of the best things that's ever happened to B-boying as far as exposure and giving us a chance to express ourselves on such a level. And I could only hope that one day I get there, and hopefully that's this year. I hope this is my year to do that, because I think I really have a message that a lot of people need to hear, or I would like to do. I mean, this is my life's work. So